Hello and welcome to the third episode of the second season of the Ecobitch Actress podcast. My name is Sadie and I'm your host. Please welcome our co-host, Superman. Hey, what up? Amazing. So today I have two mini eco tips that are great for the environment, might not be for you, but who cares? Followed by the wonderful actress story from me navigating Hollywood in the past 6 years. Let's go. Did I say two mini eco tips? So the first one is I just lazy washed my car yesterday because I don't know how to wash a car. Like, I don't think anyone learns how to wash a car. So I don't know how to wash my car. I usually go to those machine things, but yesterday I just felt like washing it on my own. So I just used the hose and cleaned the whole car. And then boom, I had this idea. So I took newspapers that nobody reads anymore, but we still receive. And I dried the car with newspapers. I feel like it's a really great hack. It did not damage the car, or will I get roasted by the car washing people? Because I don't really know about car washing at all. But okay, so my two steps was I just wet the car and then dried it with newspapers. You are welcome to follow my lead. It's eco wash. Although I don't know if it's more eco to go to a car machine wash thing or wash it at home. But I'm not using any soap. I think either way, I win because they're both very eco. So that's great. And I feel amazing. So that's the first half of the eco tip. But the real eco tip that I prepared for you today is batteries. Okay, to an eco bitch, batteries are very bad. I feel like batteries are evil for some reason. So I prefer not to use batteries for anything. And my hack is use rechargeable batteries instead of the one-use ones. Isn't that avant-garde? I know, nobody has ever thought of this. There are batteries of the same size that are rechargeable that you can recharge and use over and over again instead of doing the one-use one. I know your eyes have been opened. Your world is different now. So please go buy rechargeable batteries. But even better, just don't use anything that needs batteries. For me, I don't have anything that needs those physical batteries except for clocks. That's the only thing. And I do have rechargeable packs. I'm sure if I have children, I know children's toys use a lot of batteries. So that's the that's the only other use, I think. I guess adults have toys too, but this is not that kind of podcast. And if you have old batteries, do not forget to recycle them. You know, they are very bad to be mixed with your normal trash because if they are buried into some soil, the chemicals in there will contaminate the soil. So they are like really bad for, ocean water or for Mother Earth, like soil earth. They are recyclable. You should go on Google or AI and ask how you can recycle your old batteries. Please do it. I feel like whether you ended up doing it or not, like searching about it or having AI tell you will still be a great move on your side so you know that everything can be eco and you can be converted into an eco bitch. And that's my ultimate goal is to conquer the world. Great. Those are my eco tips of the day. Let's move on to the actress story. For today's story, I'm going to talk about music videos. Nothing about it is funny. I just received money in the end. So it's a happy ending story. I attended a music video shoot a few years ago as a background, but it's for an A-list pop star. Okay, so that's what the breakdown says. It'll say A-list major big star, but they won't tell you who. And I showed up and I see who it is. I'm not gonna say it here, but yeah, even I, who don't listen to anything, I know who he is. And it was at this huge fancy hotel, and they hired about maybe like 30 of us that are backgrounds, but there are also dancers and featured backgrounds. But either way, it was a few years ago, so I was just doing background. Today, I don't know if I would do it, but it was a while ago. And we were just sitting down at the hotel, and it was great because for these major artists, they got money. So the crew got more money. So we have better food better like resting area instead of like sidewalks. So it's slightly better. You think it's easy to become a background in a major artist video. They are still heavily selected. So it's actually still, you're sort of like chosen a little bit because they don't just choose like Joe Smith. Who the hell is Joe Smith? I don't know. That's not even, that's like a very specific person. Okay, who the fuck? Okay. Anyway, so not the average Joe will be chosen. It's actually still curated. So I'm like, okay, fine. And the people are okay, you know. It's too many years ago. I don't remember much. I just remember wearing this pink jacket that I owned. And it was very early. So I was like, oh, I can show off to my friends that I was in blah, blah, blah's music video. I was excited about that. But then, see, I don't know why I think they're racist, but no, I mean, that statement has not been proven. There is no way to prove it. But I was one of the few POCs, persons of colors. And I was seated at the very, very corner of that ballroom, like restaurant place, so that I was very certain that the camera did not even pan my way. You know, if the artist is in the middle, I'm like at the very tiny corner and nobody will ever see me, not even the back of my head. I checked. I wasn't in any of the footages. It was pretty sad. Fine. I mean, backgrounds, I don't expect anything. I just remember we had very beautiful food that were placed in front of us by some food artist that we cannot eat. We can just stare at it and pretend to eat. That's the only memory I have. What a sorrowful day. Wow. Oh well. Still, it was fun. I don't remember having any trouble or drama. Oh, and that's the day I brought my passport as my ID. And then I put it in some pocket and forgot it was there. And then I thought someone took my passport for the longest time. And then I had to apply for a new one and spend all that money. Then like 3 years later, I found it in that jacket pocket. But anyway, what am I talking about? You just got off track because you're still addicted to cell phones and your brain is fried. Thank you, co-host. That was pretty unnecessary, actually. Also, for these major artist videos, the pay was a little better. I think it was at least 200 or 250 for the day, which is pretty great for background. And it was a few years ago, so that's like extra great. And at the end, there was a group dancing thing. So as I said in my earlier video, I would do background only because I want to train myself on becoming a better dancer on screen. So anything dancing, I'll show up. So we did dance a little bit, but then the camera still didn't pan to me. So I did the best Michael Jackson dance, OMG, but then nobody saw. So I went home and everything's jolly and happy. And a few years later, I just received this mail. So over my career of hundreds of productions, I guess it happened once or twice or 3 times, but I received this settlement, like lawsuit thing. And I was like, you know, what happened? I read it. I wasn't being sued, but apparently someone in the production of this music video sued the music production company or the artist's company, I think. And I read the document, but I still don't know what happened. It's just legal language. I think maybe we stayed overtime and it was unpaid. I don't know. I don't remember. But for me, I wasn't feeling mistreated. I don't even remember that day much. But somebody sued that company. Since I was one of the background people, we're all, what do you call it, plaintiffs. Because it's not asking me to do anything. So I do what I always do, which is to throw it under the desk. So I'll see it maybe 2 years later. That's what I did. Because, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not the type to be like, ooh, I'm gonna go and provide some evidence. I have no memory of whatever they're talking about. So I just did nothing. And then another year later, I just received a check in the mail. That was the most random thing that can ever happen to me. But I just received a check. It was maybe like $200. So they sued the company and won, apparently. And every one of us who were the performers got compensated. I was like, wow. So I got about $200 for free, basically. To this day, I still do not know what happened, but I'm sure this is God's compensation for me being such a hard worker, dancing like the world's gonna end, all that Michael Jackson moves that nobody saw. And God decided to pay me for that, which is amazing. I'm gonna take it. The point of the story is, well, these kind of things do happen, and sometimes you just get money out of nowhere. So I'm not gonna complain. Life can be good. My next comedy show is September 19th, and before that, please subscribe and follow on my Instagram and YouTube.